Shoo, we're back with Next Level Dota. That was the worst intro. Don't let me do that ever again. Actually, I'll probably do that again without the chew part. If I was just like, and we're back. So there we go. And we're back, guys. RD2L, Reddit Dota 2 League on the Next Level Dota stream with Nex and Rankshis. I'm Rankshis.
I'm Nex.
Boom. I took it before you could do it.
Yeah.
Whoop,
Well,
whoop.
how dare you take everything I am
I'm
and turn it into a mockery?
I am just gonna steal and ruin everything about you until you are just a husk of your former being.
I'm halfway there, so job well done, sir.
Faceless Void.
So wow, way different picks and bans so far. So
Yeah.
the Lycan and the Invoker, like I was saying last time, Invoker, like maybe they know something we don't. I think he's definitely first ban material if you know somebody's good at him, and maybe that's the case. Lycan definitely, you know, it's been played and everybody's seen it. Let's call it good with that. And a Meepo ban, crazy, and a Spectre ban,
Ooh.
which is also very
The purple
weird.
faceless heroes being picked in a clockwork.
Yeah, maybe they knew about the purple strat coming out, but a Faceless Void pick, not super unusual. You can lane him in a variety of ways. His ultimate's so good for setting up like team fights. People used to play him as a hard carry. Now they play him as like a like roaming team fight. You set up the team fight, everyone else does all the work. So we'll see what they do with it.
I'm calling it. I think Clockwork's gonna make a swing back into the mainstream.
I've been saying for a while, if you're going to pick Skywrath, you should pick Clockwork. But oh man,
as you say that,
talk about the counter to Clockwork. By the way, Clockwork wants to jump in someplace. Skywrath is there.
Yep.
Deal with it, Clockwork. I'm gonna drop a Mystic Flare on your face, and you're just gonna have to stand there.
It's even possible that he could silence you before you even get like
sure.
your cogs off or anything.
Like Clockwork is known for that like range initiation, but like Skywrath is in the same boat. You can kind of counter that if you were really practiced at it and wanted to. And also we've completely ignored this Enigma pick. Like Enigma first pick, like if Enigma's a great hero, really fast jungler. You have this team fight thing, you have this pushing thing, you have stupid stun that like works out sometimes and sometimes just feels silly. But Midnight Pulse, it got buffed recently. It's a huge radius on it. The damage per second it says magical, but I feel like it's universal. But
I guess, Midnight Pulse is indeed universal damage.
Yeah, it says magical. It should say universal, but here we are. But yeah, so it's when you max out, it is 7% of your health every second.
Yep.
So it's a great hero specifically for like pushing and team fighting. You can make use out of this.
And I'd beg to argue that it's actually very good against Faceless Void. No matter what, Faceless Void has to stand in Midnight Pulse, and if you get a Blink Dagger on Enigma, you can reposition yourself to like the other side of the Chrono if need be, and just Midnight Pulse Black Hole, and that Faceless Void has to make a choice to stand in it or not.
Yeah, no, I actually was about to say that exact same thing. Like maybe Enigma is the counter to the Faceless Void people are picking. So
Puppy talked about the Naga counter or the Faceless Void counter. It's Light of Heaven with his BKB or Blink Dagger. I had to there it is.
Yeah,
I did it, guys.
You were close. Yeah, but a Doom ban, surprising. Doom is usually like first ban material, and he didn't get picked up here. I mean, some other things got picked up. If anybody really wanted Doom, they could have probably got the Clockwork or the Skywrath in the next set. But you know, Doom ban not super surprising. I'd ban it out at this stage if it hadn't got picked up, that's for sure. Not fun to play against. He just counters basically everything. That's kind of what Doom is known for. Brewmaster ban. We haven't actually like seen Brewmaster a lot in the RD2L. Maybe like 2 or 3 times, but not that often. And like Brewmaster doesn't even get banned that often. So we'll see what's happening here in Tidehunter. I like Tidehunter ban. It's hard to do in the first 2, but definitely in the second 2 if people don't have an offlaner yet. Like Tidehunter is like a go-to for a lot of people, and a Jakiro. So I like this because normally like if you're gonna be like we're gonna get a Faceless Void, let's get a bunch of like team fight ultimates and just team fight in general, and like great support heroes that do a lot of AoE damage. If you want to like counter a Faceless Void, grab that Enigma and be like we're gonna get those AoE abilities, and you're gonna have to deal with it, or you're gonna have to run out of your Chrono. And we'll see how it works out. Kunkka pickup. Actually, we see a lot of Kunkka with Faceless Void. When Faceless Void gets picked up, I would say like the 30 or 40% of the time he gets played here in the RD2L.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really okay. I'm gonna put it this way. I think that both these drafts are freaking smart for so many reasons.
I 100% agree with you.
Kunkka
like,
being able to boat either the Clockwork. I mean, Skywrath Mage can Mystic Flare. Kunkka can boat. Faceless Void can Chronosphere. Like the thing about Clockwork is it's almost a double-edged sword in a way where you force a team fight and you can split teams. That's true, but your team's also going to want to come up to the cogs and be like, okay, you're engaged. I have to come in to do things, and that can actually make you group up and or force yourself in a bad position. And now this Dire have a Chronosphere and a boat that they can throw out.
Yeah, so I 100% agree. Very smart drafts so far.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a great way I would word that.
Yeah,
And
Jakiro can combo with Ice Path in the cogs. He can Ice Path after Black Hole, or Black Hole can follow up on a good Ice Path.
yeah, because if Enigma,
Macropyre
let's say Enigma gets like doesn't get a Blink Dagger first, he's gonna need some setup, and both Clockwork and Jakiro can do that. Maybe even let's say he does get a Blink Dagger first, his first couple Black Holes, maybe he gets them set up by somebody else. So already just a lot of synergy on both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. It's now looking into the last couple picks and what are they actually missing. Dire team, well, it is Team Channel 4, but they don't have their team name set up, unfortunately. But yeah,
well, obviously we need to remake and get Channel 4 News Team back
we've seen
here.
that done before. That's 100%
Wouldn't be the
true.
first time.
It's worth remaking. Not even completely new draft. Not even remaking the same draft.
It would be the second time we've seen it, but it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, okay, got it, yeah. That's true. Yeah, so let's see. The Dire Channel 4, I suppose they're looking for one more support and an offlaner / a safe laner, depending on the Faceless Void's location.
Dragon Knight, interesting. You know, you got some push with it. You already have push with Enigma and Jakiro. You can stick with that motif. Most of the time, normally I'd be like, well, obviously Kunk is gonna go mid, and I'm proven wrong almost every time when I see Kunk like play it in the safe lane. So I'm gonna stop saying it. But if it were the case, I think Dragon Knight versus Kunkka is like an okay-ish type of counter, or not counter, I should say, but a way to deal with it. Just like 1 point in Dragon Blood will start to help you out dealing with the Tidebringer, and you can just bottle Crow like a Dragon Knight is known for. And Kunkka's going to want to gank, and Dragon Knight would be like, fine, you go gank, I'm going to take your tower. And a Silencer pickup. Interesting.
I mean, Silencer and Rubik being extremely good against Enigma, I know that by alone is a good pick for that reason. And you do have a lot of lockdown with the X, the boat, the slow from Skywrath Mage, and the Chronosphere, so it's not like you're short on any amount of CC.
Yeah, I was gonna say in like the reverse order of that, that if the other team has a Faceless Void, like Silencer is an okay counter to Faceless Void, just because usually a Faceless Void will time walk in and then Chrono, and I mean because that's realistically the only way you can do that without a Shadow Blade on him, which nobody builds Shadow Blade on Faceless Void. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, without some sort of like other form of initiation, like it's really hard to get the jump on people. People normally see like a Chrono coming 1 second ahead of time, and guess what? Silencer's all about that. He's like silence, and then pages would hopefully fly all over the place if this were a different game, but it's not. And this is obviously a better game, but I still want to see those pages just fly all over the place. But yeah, it's super easy to like kind of counter. Not super easy. It's easy-ish to counter Faceless Void with Silencer. It's definitely possible. And like everybody on your team can see it and just yell at the Silencer, use your goddamn old Silencer, and Silencer would be like, okay, everybody, I got it. And then you silence them. Faceless Void's just stuck in the middle of everybody, and Dragon Knight's like Dragon Tail, and Jakiro's like Dual Breath, and Clockwork's like, and then everything's fine.
That's so true. Next level analysis.
Yeah, you have no idea.
You can't even comprehend how good our analysis here on Next Level Dota.
Yep,
so good. You're not going to find it anywhere else. We are one of a kind. So
that is more true than you would know.
So safe lane Silencer probably, and then the off lane Faceless Void.
Possibly, like I would say Kunkka mid, but they always safe lane a Kunkka from what I've seen. So
I guess that's true.
People of the RD2L always safe lane Kunkka. Yeah. I have no idea why. I feel like Kunkka is just like a obvious choice for a mid hero. Like he loves a bottle. He can push a wave. Like he has great gank potential. He's at tanky. Level 6 with like 2 points of X, 1 torrent, a boat. Like it's so good.
Yeah. Then again, Silencer against the Dragon Knight is going to be a good matchup. I feel like VVG are actually going to be kind of scared about laning the Dragon Knight against the Silencer, but that won't stop them. The Silencer isn't like the best ganker in the world, so you're picking a mid that's going to actually farm mid and prevent the DK from pushing the tower as well. So it's kind of depending on what they need.
Even if that's not their plan, I would say that's something they should try to rotate into, because if you leave Dragon Knight there, he will push your tower.
Yep.
So you should be like, fine, we'll leave somebody there too, because you already have Faceless Void to be like that ganking type of guy. I know you want to get your boots and your Mask of Madness and hopefully a couple things, but honestly, if you have a Kunkka, you have a Skywrath Mage, you say, hey, Faceless Void with your brown boots, come over here. We got a job for you.
So true. And Kunkka's like, I'm 6, you're 6. Let's make something happen.
Yeah, let's make the magic.
It's so easy to do.
Last pick, Nature's Prophet. I don't know. So Dragon Knight mid, like Nature's Prophet, safe lane with a Jakiro, Enigma jungle, Clockwork off, something like that. Yeah. So like I was saying, Kunkka's obviously not gonna mid, and they have a Death Prophet. So
wow, support silencer.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think support silencer's the worst thing in the world. I know you like a farming silencer more say than I do.
Yeah. But I totally get, like, you're putting a lot of eggs in a certain basket, and maybe it's not the best. Maybe what you're looking for from this particular silencer is really just a level 6. You just want global silence, and you don't really need him to get super crazy farmed. And instead of that, you can get a DP who can do arguably just as well against a Dragon Knight. Maybe a little bit less good. I'd say that the ability to burn Dragon Knight's mana and having an orb walk to use is really, really good against Dragon Knight. But DP is certainly going to do very well.
Definitely, like, DP feels strong once you get that level 2 ulti on her, because level 1 you're always just like a little short of killing that tower. So like you don't mind sitting in lane till, let's say, level 11 or having people rotate to gank for you instead. So I don't think it's a bad thing. And I think the primary goal of the silencer here is to hit his R button when Enigma does his. So you don't really... You may miss the first one, maybe the second one, but you will eventually get to the point where you're able to cancel a black hole. And
that's true.
That's a good ability to have out of a support hero.
Totally
not a lot
true.
of supports do. Like, there's very few that can, even through BKB, cancel black hole.
And to be able to ruin the Clockwork initiations, they have Skywrath for that as well. So it's going to be really good, because if Clockwork hooks in, and then even if there's an Ancient Seal to stop them, the rest of the team's going to be like, well, let's go in, guys. Like, our Clockwork's there.
So they've literally, like, mind fucked me this game. So I think that Enigma, I've said this before, maybe not on stream, but I'll say it now. I think Enigma is like a crazy good offlaner. I think he's a better jungler, but he is good because you can deny your own creeps, which will push back the wave. You have crazy good last hitting because you have demonic conversions, which create eidolons, and you only have 3 in the beginning, but eventually you'll get 6. And it's really hard to outlast hit an Enigma with a team that like doesn't have kind of a counter for it. And Silencer can't clear Eidolons, and Skywrath Mage is going to have to use all his mana to clear Eidolons, and even then he's not going to do it fast. They do have Splash, but that's going to take a couple splashes. So Enigma's kind of a good offlaner here, and Clockwork's going to go middle. Clockwork can gank. Like, that's why people put him in the offlane, is because he's kind of safe and he can gank. But if you want like a farmed Clockwork, like Clockwork's in a good place to do that if you send him middle. I used to see him middle more, and I used to see him mid like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So,
and if he goes mana power cog spec, he might, like, even if it's just level 2, he might be able to do extremely well against this DP. But then again, well, it's still going to be kind of rough for him against a ranged hero with that good of harass. But on your note, like, I agree with you that demonic conversion is going to be so good at pulling the wave. But as long as, like, the Dire team, it doesn't have their easy cam blocked, which it doesn't, then they can, like, continue to pull over and over. And this is, like, the main thing. I think Silencer and Disruptor, the 2 heroes that I like to play in the safe lane against off lanes, are extremely good against off lanes for different reasons. And notice he has ranked Curse the Silent level 1, and that's going to be extremely good against Enigma, who, like, until he gets his Soul Ring, is going to be mana starved, and if he can't summon Eidolons, it's not going to pull the wave, and he's not going to be able to last hit with them. Now, the Silencer is stacking and pulling. Maybe he'll just do this once, but I definitely think he should be in lane, and he can destroy this Enigma in this off lane.
We'll see how it goes. So we haven't done this yet, and we forgot to do it last game. Who do you want to bet on?
Thanks
here?
for the reminder. Let's see. I think that I like Team Channel 4's lineup. I'm betting on Channel 4.
I'm kind of with you. I don't particularly like a farming Dragon Knight in the safe lane. So
yeah, you don't see that very often at all.
I don't want to bet against you in this case, so I suppose no bet.
No dice.
No bet. we shall stay 1-1.
Yep, we're tied for the longest time. Skywrath here is rotated in the mid lane. Clockwork hasn't spotted him out yet, but now he gets him spotted out. Unfortunately, there will be no first blood for Team Channel 4. It was kind of optimistic, no smoke, even though there was no wards on the map, as you can see, so getting here wasn't the problem, but him being revealed on the high ground, the day vision is greater than the smoke break vision, so he would have been more stealthy if he had a smoke, but yeah, he gave it a shot. I still think that they can do more against against this Enigma, if it's just the silencer pulling, that's not enough. I think you need to continue to pull, and you need to use Curse of the Silent. I think there's a little bit of a misplay on the Dire's team, Channel 4 against this Enigma, because this Enigma is level 3 now. He's not getting harassed. He's going to get a Soul Ring, and once he does, he's going to be less effective at Silencer's going to be less effective at zoning him out.
Yeah. So I like I said, I like the Enigma offlane probably more than you do, because once he gets a Soul Ring, even if the Silencer has level 4 Curse of the Silent, like.
Yeah, I'm actually a giant fan of Enigma offlane. I just think you can get countered by Silencers so well, and this is a support Silencer exactly how it should be, and it's just not being employed, I think, the way that I would do it. But I think it's an amazing offlane. I mean, Lich is an amazing offlane for the exact same reason, and Enigma is almost a better version of it if you can pull it off. It is harder, but it's more beneficial, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what this Dragon Knight builds in the safe lane. Normally, I would suggest, like, if you are gonna safe lane Dragon Knight, which I don't recommend to anybody, but if you're comfortable with it, who's to say you can't do it? Like a Soul Ring, but he has money for a Soul Ring. He doesn't have it yet, so we'll see what he does.
Yep, and on the flip side, it's not like this Faceless Void isn't doing extremely well. Skywrath Mage is staying down here. This is his new home, and he's going to make sure this Faceless Void can get some more farm, I suppose. It is a dual lane versus a dual lane. We haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. The Faceless Void wasn't in any real danger here before. That's my only real qualm about this other play from Channel 4, is that I think Faceless Void was doing just fine down here. Even because if Train Protector comes and sprouts, let's say, I mean, you can time walk away. There's no real. They could chain stun him. Ice Path doesn't last that long into a Dragon Tail, so that's 3.5 seconds to stun. But I don't think you're going to die in 3.5 seconds. There's the Ice Path. It's on 2, in fact. And they get a hit on Skywrath Mage, which is really bad. But there's no actual Dragon Tail follow up because of the low level from Ice Path.
Yeah, Faceless Void already has boots of speed. He was level 4. I agree with you. I thought Faceless Void was doing phenomenal down here. Like, Faceless Void, like, versus a dual lane is like almost best case scenario. Wow, maybe they're actually going to get a kill with it, but they do give up.
There's Clockwork. He's come from the mid lane. It is an Ice Path that lands on the tip into a Cogs. This is First Blood going the way of the Clockwork, being played by TLDR from Team VVG.
I'm out of here, everybody.
I'm out. It always feels good. Ganking with a haste rune, and then you have more haste, and you're just like, I'm out. Always feels really cool. And we haven't seen I just saw the Nature's Prophet Clarity get canceled by a creep. But he was pretty much, he's doing fine on mana.
On the top lane. Maybe the Eidolons are going to get a kill on the Silencer here.
Ooh, so close.
Ooh, yeah, really was.
And a Salve is going to be able to get up the Silencer back to full health. Clockwork's back in the mid lane, and we haven't seen a jungling Nature's Prophet in a while, I think. We've mostly seen Nature's Prophet in different lanes. But, yeah, I mean, we've talked about how Nature's Prophet's such a strong hero. Same thing with Enigma. In fact, I'm just now realizing that they have two of these heroes that kind of serve the same role. They're creep-generating heroes that can both offlane really well. So, I mean, they're going to be able to push really well, split push maybe. But it is interesting. I wonder if... Are they being too... I don't know. I want to make a comment about the fact that there's an Enigma and a Nature's Prophet, besides the fact that they can push. Is their lane presence not as strong because of this? Like... I guess they kind of
definitely like the Void has gotten a lot out of this. This Void would be 6 probably by now, if not for this this Skywrath Mage who's been soaking a little bit of XP. He might be close to 6, I guess I'll say. Ooh, Faceless Void. That probably won't do enough.
No, does a good amount of damage, but not enough. Mada.
Sure. And Enigma does get a sword. I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think if you're going to pick Enigma with the goal of going into the offlane, I don't think it's a bad thing that you're like, we can also jungle Nature's Prophet. Because you are getting, like you said, the creep generating ability of it. And generating creeps is really good if you're going for like some crazy pushing at some point. And like they do have a Dragon Knight, that's push. They have
in the top lane, hook shot to initiate. Here comes Nature's Prophet as well. He's coming in the wrong place though. The Kunkka, he's still a trap, definitely. He has to go the river route. Black hole being used inside of a sprout. Is there gonna be more right clicks? He's super tanky, but one more right click, he's actually gonna get away. No, the last right click from Enigma is gonna take it. Black hole being used. Yeah, it's 200-second cooldown, but you know, get a kill with it, it's fine.
He's like, whatever guys, I'm an offlane Enigma. I got my sword.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, no holds barred. Chikiro, Ice Path in the mid lane, trying to make something happen with Clockwork, but Clockwork has no mana to speak of, and not anything. There's a concussive shot being used. There is no black Chronosphere in the bot lane, but a slow is going to do somewhat. They're looking for a bash. He does have a level 3 time walk, but no actual RNG going his way. The Dragon Knight going back into their range. Is there going to be another? There's another Arcane Bolt doing some damage, but he's there's the yeah. He's just like baiting out the bash. That's not the best route to go. I mean, if he went this way,
I think he tried to juke. And then he's like, oh shit, they didn't even care.
But Time Walk was used like right here, and it's like if you ran this way, there's no way for them to even do an ability that you don't want to see. Like,
listen, I didn't say I thought it was a great idea. I'm just telling you what I think he was trying to do.
Maybe he was spelling out the word like suck. When he had the S down. Okay. In fact, he didn't go that way, so he was more spelling an O, like I'm out.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. He doesn't have a blink to make that T though, so.
That's true. That's true. My bad. Yeah, that's true. Like I gotta think about the not lifting the pen off the paper. TP from Clockwork has hook shot up. Wasn't able to find it. Creeps blocking the path. DP astutely having map awareness and using the creeps to go back to base. Chikiro waiting in the way. Patience from Zoe. Not going to find a hero to use any abilities on, but he is pinging her out. Actually, I think that might be the Skywrath Mage or something. Enigma is there. Faceless Void, gets Ice Pathed up by the Chikiro. He has Time Walk up, but he's super low health right now. Chronosphere being used, but he's so like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do. Wow, the attack speed's slow. And Clockwork coming in as well. This is really bad for the Dire team. There is not a hook shot. Actually, he does have hook shot up, but now he uses it for the stun and the kill. And DP using Exorcism, going in on these Radiant heroes from VVG up on the high ground. Are they going to get killed? Yeah, this Jakiro is feeling really bad right now. Into Exorcism. He can't fight this. That's a death from Exorcism. But Cogs are back up. This is looking really bad for Death Prophet. He has no Yules or anything, but the boat's going to be here. But DP's going to go down, unfortunately. Kunkka coming. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Saving what almost was about to be the DP. But at least gets vengeance. As Enigma pushes the top tower with a bunch of creepy-looking Dire Eidolons.
Well played. Worth the rotation, I'll say that. If he showed up a second sooner, he might have been able to save his best friend in the world, but not the case.
It's true. What a strange initiation coming out from Faceless Void on the Chronosphere. DP comes in after that. I think that was pretty much it. It was just those two.
Yeah.
But weird engagement. I'm looking at the net worth now. DK as the solo safe laner here, and hasn't been really... he was killed that one time, but he's doing just fine. He did go Midas, so his farm is doing just well. He's at the top of the net worth chart, as well as Nature's Prophet. They have a double push, like Enigma and Nature's Prophet, and then 2 Midases on their team as well.
Yeah.
So their early game is certainly gimped. And although they can split push, they can push towers, they can't really like team fight with any huge amount of potential, I don't think. Clockwork's the one making space, and speaking of which, Cogs in the mid lane gets the Death Prophet, which is definitely going to be a kill going the way of VVG. Once again, Clockwork is the only... Are his shoulders wide enough? Oh, Silencer gets a kill on Enigma right here. Last word being the last word of Enigma, and some stolen intelligence going the way of Silencer.
Wow, so Silencer got 3 points of last word at level 6 as opposed to Global Silence.
Ooh. Oh, and is another kill? DK getting a kill on Faceless Void?
Wow, that's also very surprising. Did Faceless Void? Faceless Void didn't even time walk. I wonder.
Nope. That was a miscalculation.
Oh wow. So I hate to keep harping on Dragon Knight here, but he's leveling Dragon Tail over Dragon Blood, which Dragon Tail scaling is 0.25 seconds, so basically nothing, and 25 damage, so also basically nothing. And I guess 1 second cooldown reduction, which is better than both of those other things.
I wonder if you're Ice Frog, like, why do you make that move so clearly scale so horribly?
To trick people into thinking that it would be okay to level over Dragon Blood? I don't know.
There's no trick. It's like advertising that you should not level it.
I don't know. I'm never a fan of leveling Dragon Tail, but I mean, he did go
Chronosphere in bot lane onto the DK. Speaking of that, he's not tanky enough, but he's not taking that much damage. Faceless Void attacking so slow right now. That's not going to do it. Global Silence being used to actually save what would have been the Skywrath Mage. He would have gotten Dragon Tailed and killed, but wow, the Faceless Void thinks he's going around, but there's actually no tree killed here. He thought that the tree was killed, but there wasn't. Oh my goodness.
Wow. So
what a disaster.
That Silencer ult saved that Skywrath Mage because he had a 5-charge one
that is
for
true.
the Dragon Breath.
Absolutely. That was a good Global Silence, saving his fellow support. And
Well done, Silencer.
Nature's Prophet. Yeah. And yeah, and Nature's Prophet going down now. There's going to be an X. There won't because there's no levels on it, but he's just running into a crevice that he's going to die at.
he disconnected.
Oh no!
Into those trees. Because I thought for a second, if he jukes into there, he maybe could get the Sprout teleportation off, but not with the DC. Tell you that much. You're gonna make these people hate you.
How can you hate this face? Grin.
Nobody can see your face.
Grin. Clockwork homing in as he builds what appears to be a medallion.
A Clockwork? No, he's making a blade mail, son.
Oh, my bad, guys. I don't play a lot of. That's my bad.
How many blade mails have you built in your life?
2.
Yeah.
Literally 2 in my career. And Clockwork's gonna have hookshot here, but he's not gonna go in on one of these 2 guys. He had vision, but maybe he just didn't want to go on it. Silence could have been there. That would have been too ballsy.
Yeah, I've been pretty ballsy.
Yep.
And then we would have laughed at him.
Enigma going the Rankshis approved build of Mech after Soul Ring, not getting the early Blink Dagger. We talked about the Chronosphere being something you want to reposition around, and I feel like that should be the next item for that reason. But, and in addition, just being able to follow up on the Clockwork, maybe post-haste. Maybe if there's an AoE stun coming out from hookshot, you want to be there with that black hole. But Mech is there, so they're capable of team fighting now, despite the fact that they do have the Midases coming out from Nature's Prophet and the TK. Not the TK, but the DK. And so they can push towers, they can split push, and speaking of which, Dragon Form is popping on the bottom lane, going down the tier 3 on bot tower for the Dire. Speaking of the Dire team, though, they are grouped up in mid lane, and they're kind of moving together at this current moment. Chronosphere is up, Exorcism the same, and DK is kind of close to them right now, but he's up on the high ground, so nothing. So I think the team Channel 4, the Dire team, are kind of looking for some momentum. They don't know what they're doing. They're kind of confused right now, in my opinion. They were grouped up mid lane, thinking that they needed to defend the Clockwork. Now they're grouped up in the bot lane, thinking they need to push. I suppose that's kind of true, I guess, with the fact that the Radiant Team VVG have like Midases and push potential. They want to push against it. We've talked about the fact that one way of countering push is to push yourself. That way they can't actually rat you or anything. But the TP was spotted out onto Yon, the Skywrath Mage, right behind the tree. Wasn't actually, I think there might have been a flare there, and that's a dead Skywrath Mage. Fortunately, he's going to see his lover in the afterlife. Oh, man, here comes the Chronosphere after the Global Silence, only catching one, the Jakiro, but he's pretty tanky. Is there going to be anything? There's going to be a last word, but he's actually saving it for the Faceless Void. He might have to use it. Yeah, he's just going to take the kill anyways. Clockwork kind of wondering what he should do. They're super low on the Silencer's super low. Is there going to be a flare in just a little bit? 1 second. Is it going to kill him here? Wow, he's super close. I knew it's only 200 damage. He had 177 HP, which means that there's too much reduction. The throughput from the magic resistance is only 150 damage at most.
Dragon Knight onto the Death Prophet bottom with the Nature's Prophet. Old Nature's Prophet TPing in. Dragon Tail. Oh no. Death Prophet going down. Exorcism not able to do enough damage to take down that Dragon Knight.
Thanks to Nature's Prophet. It's almost like he's cheating with his teleport. Kind of a cheat. Almost like that. It's like as if there's a hero in this game that is being overseen completely. It's like if you described this hero, someone would say he's overpowered. Someone, he can teleport anywhere at any time. 20-second cooldown. It's crazy.
Doesn't interfere with TP scroll.
Every one of his abilities is broken. Oh, Black Hole once again being used on one hero. Will it be worth it? That's a Kunkka going down after a Midnight Pulse doing tons of damage. But that's it. The Dire may be able to go on this. They have no Black Hole to fear. A 2-man Ice Path, actually a 3. A Silencer walks into. There's a Curse of the Silent going down. Macropyre being used as well. There's a Death going down on DP. They took the tower as well. The Dire team have nothing to fight this. Chronosphere was down this whole time in addition to Global Silence. They're going to push uphill. They have certainly nothing to worry about. They're on the warpath, and this push team is coming to fruition as they're pushing with the Mech. Mech is on cooldown right now. Enigma's completely out of mana after that Malefice, but Faceless Void almost in trouble, but they're pushing the tower now. Dire team can't do anything. Channel 4 are going to have to change the channel because they don't want to watch what's happening here to their bot racks.
Yeah, everyone but Clockwork is essentially like an amazing push hero on this team, so not surprising at all. I was a little iffy on the Midases because I was like, these guys are gonna like waste all their like prime pushing time, but here they are showing, we'll push you with Midases, not even afraid.
Ooh, there was going to be a Chronosphere, but Ice Path was on the mark. Now it's only on one. I wonder if that was queued up. When it's the game of one-man ultimates here from Chronosphere and Black Hole. There's Global Silence being used. Here comes the boat. It's going to hit on no one, but the Dire team are on the chase right now. The Radiant team are actually running away. VVG want to run away, but they might re-engage on this. DK's all by himself. X-Spot keeping him in place, so he's going to be able to do a little bit of damage. There was a hook shot sound. It actually didn't hit, I don't think, on anyone. Maybe he was just using it to escape, but Death Prophet's on the chase, and the DK did go down over here. No, actually he didn't. Where's the DK? Oh, he TP'd away. Are you serious? He got away? That's absolutely crazy. He was grouped up by tons of Team Channel 4, but Clockwork is the only one that does indeed go down right here.
Worth it.
Worth.
Yeah, so Nature's Prophet was using his patented teleportation ability, and Clockwork just hookshot to him. It wasn't that far of a distance. If it was a little farther, he might have lived, but yeah, to no avail.
Yeah.
Good try, though.
Yep, and so the Dire team, Team Channel 4, are able to do something with their ultimates, but those are the long cooldown ultimates. Global Silence isn't up for 50 seconds, and Team VVG is the push team. Clockwork doesn't have any way of getting back to the towers for any push, and he's a lot of the strength coming out from the Team VVG. But they might be able to at least do something, maybe get a mid or top tower. Nature's Prophet already doing work here in the top lane. Kunkka's watching, though. He does have a Tidebringer in his hand. It's fully charged. Here comes the boat. Is he going to hit the Nature's Prophet? Is he going to run away? He actually gets slammed by a Tidebringer to follow. That's the Gunblade. He just shot him. And I think it's the Gunblade. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And oh, there it is again. Wow, he almost did a Dota Cinema, like, headshots. Freaking legit.
So I'm pretty sure now if the Channel 4 news team loses this game, this will be like the third or fourth game that a Death Prophet has tried to build a first item Bloodstone and lost.
Coincidence?
And for those of you who don't know, Bloodstone first item Death Prophet is very not good in my professional opinion. And I stay professional because I'm on a stream and everyone else is not. So,
and you have how many games? 4,000 games?
Yeah, I got like...
You're borderline professional. Hookshot onto the Skywrath Mage. Global Silence being used as well, but there's a Mystic Flare onto Clockwork. Not doing that much. It's only level 1. He's got Blade Mail up. Death Prophet, Exorcism coming in. She's looking to chase. She's got that movement speed with a haste rune. This is looking really bad for Clockwork. The physical damage is there. It's rank 2, but still like not that many spares. But yeah, Clockwork's going to go down. Jakiro just able to there to witness his death and turn around. And DK pops Elder Dragon form. In addition to his Shadow Blade, he's looking for the DP. He finds her, but he's looking for a more squishy target on the Skywrath Mage because Skywrath Mage is still in the base. He's back to res now. Looking on the DP, but he doesn't want to actually go on her. Wow, right click being used, but the Dragon's Tail wasn't there to follow because he underestimated the speed coming out from DP, and she's going to get healed from those Exorcism Spirits as well. That would have been really bad even if he initiated on her. And now they're going through, and they're just going to run away to make sure nothing happens, but they might be able to turn on that DK. But, yeah, they might do that now. Chronosphere is off cooldown, but he just has no mana to speak of, and unfortunately, like all silencers, this one went treads. He's looking for that attack speed, so he's not going to have mana to give to the rest of his team. And so Skywrath Mage is going to be the only one getting those mana boots, and he hasn't even built them yet, going in what appears to be the fast mech. So he not only does not have mana boots, but he's going mech, which is going to make it so that he has less mana, and less mana for Faceless Void as well. Gotta have mana boots, guys. This is where, as a silencer, I would consider getting mana boots.
I've seen you build mana boots on Silencer before.
Yep.
And it kills me a little on the inside, but then you give me mana, and I'm like, okay, well, this is better.
Exactly. It's those constraints. You're like, oh, but I'm a silencer. I got a right click in the late game. Well, you know, what about when you need a Chronosphere to get kills? Boom! Look at that. That sounds like a pretty good item. An item that allows your teammate to Chronosphere. That's overpowered.
Some might say.
Yeah. Uprooted after them, says Nature's Prophet as he continues to AFK jungle.
Not super surprising. I wish they'd keep up with their push or like smoke into a push bottom, because they could easily get this bottom Rax. They have the ability to do it. And wow, I have not seen this before, but Aghanim Scepter, second big item on Enigma, of course after Blind Boots and Soaring.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm excited. I would love to see him drop a Midnight Pulse and then Black Hole and have a second Midnight Pulse and just watch Look at it go, as Witch Shocker would say. He's
That's
not
true.
actually here.
He would
But
say
he
that.
would say it if he was here.
Confirmed. Yeah, no, I'm excited. Yeah, it does so much damage. It's wonderful. I think that it just scales really well in terms of sometimes wow, the Clockwork tried to initiate, but he hit the Invis Dragon Knight. He's not Invis your own team. You could definitely see that, but Dragon Tail instantly on the Skywrath with a Breath of Fire, Breathe Fire to follow, just instantly kills the Skywrath Mage. The Exorcism is popped from DP, going against a solo Clockwork. He's manning up. He's by himself over here. This is absolutely insane. He's completely by himself. Maybe just a little bit of underestimating the enemy team / not knowing where his team is, but his team is pushing the mid lane instead. And instead of going for the exposed racks, they're going for the tower here. And boat's already been used. Global Silence, kind of very much premature. I was going to say kind of premature, but definitely premature. But is there going to be a good Chronosphere? Only on one. Once again, this is terrible. Macro Pyre being used on the Faceless Void, so he goes down. X marks the spot on the Enigma. He's to follow, but DP's just doing what he can. Mystic Flare on Wea, playing the Dragon Knight. Wow, Enigma almost dead to the Crimp Swarm. DK Invis. There's the Dust Pop. He's seen, but he comes out with a Shadow Blade, kills the DP. That's 3-1 so far. Radiant looking pretty good. That one-man Chronosphere doing work, and by that I mean not doing work.
Did you see Enigma Black Hole? Because he definitely Black Holed that fight.
I did not see it. It must have got canceled really quick.
Yeah, it must have got immediately canceled because I missed it too. I clicked on Enigma. I'm like, his Black Hole's on cooldown for 10 seconds now.
So it must have been the silence coming out from DP.
It was either that or the X, because in my brain it like matched up somewhat with the X timing, but I honestly don't know. So
wow, I didn't actually think that X would cancel the. And because like there's did you know that, well, actually take this back, I just saw a GIF the other day, I think it was on Reddit, where Enigma queued up a black hole and was about to cast it, and then Magnus from the other team pushed the Enigma.
Push him out of the black hole?
Yeah, and then he black holed from like super far range. But that's a different thing. That's like that's before the black hole actually was cast, so I take that
That's
back.
almost exactly opposite of what we're talking about now.
Thanks. I like that panda. I like that panda.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'll show you a video in a little bit. Oh man. Whoop whoop. I like that panda. Thanks. I'll show you. Kunkka's got a Battle Fury, so he's farming.
He's had that Battle Fury. He now has a Chrysalis.
Yeah. Oh wait, it wasn't Chrysalis first, really?
Yep, it was Battle Fury first.
What a weird guy.
Not super surprising, like coming out from a safe lane Kunkka. A lot of people like super dislike the Battle Fury, but it turns you into a hero who like does more damage to things around you than the actual things you're hitting. So it can work out against like heroes with a lot of armor, say like a Dragon Knight, because then you like hit a lane creep or something, and suddenly Dragon Knight loses a ton of health.
Yeah, definitely true. We will see. Yeah, because DK has all that armor, but yeah, like you said.
Now he has an AC, so he definitely has a ton of armor.
Yep, Kunkka hit the creeps. Oh, the Dire team completely, they're smoked up. They're looking for a kill. This is a two-man Chronosphere this time. Mystic Flare going to clean up this Jakiro and post-haste. The Clockwork to follow. This is a good initiation. Their initiator is just going to get owned, and he gets taken back from the X in a wow, he tried to actually do that as he died, but now Enigma's on the chase. He doesn't have his black hole up. He's got his item scepter, but that's not going to help him here. Breathe of Fire right on the Faceless Void gets a kill. Skywrath Mage goes down as well. Two people down here for the Dire team, so DK is doing much better now that Faceless Void and the Skywrath Mage is dead, but there's a Global Silence being used. DK walking into a bunch of spirits, and he takes a ton of damage, but he kills the Silencer before he goes down. A triple kill going the way of the DK. X marks the spot on the Enigma, unfortunately. Is he going to black hole this? He has it up in 1 second. He dropped the Midnight Pulse. Is he going to do it? He's feeling it. There's the creeps. No! What? Oh no. Disaster.
What happened? Did he just like he auto canceled?
No, they casted Silence and Black Hole at the same time, I think.
Oh, dang.
That's what I believe happened. It's either that or he just canceled by accident, but this is certainly going to die. He's, wow, Ring Around the Rosie, doing pretty good, but he doesn't have any spells to his name, so there is no escaping this. Tidebringer going to shoot him. Wow, here comes a Nature's Prophet almost in time, but in the... here's Nature's Prophet just kind of doing his thing. He actually did get bot racks, by the way.
Wow, Nature's Prophet being annoying?
Yep, what OP hero? What OP? Yeah, OP. OP. It's like GP. Yeah. So I didn't actually notice that whole time. There it is. Distraction successful. DK actually got 3 kills that fight too, so it went pretty much the way of the Team VVG, like all around.
Like I was saying earlier, I'm not a fan of like Dragon Knight safe lane. I know it's working out like tremendously well here. He got a super fast Shadow Blade. He got a pretty good Helm of the Dominator AC timing, like really good actually. So he's not doing bad by any means. But if any of not any, I should say if. Oh, well, we've lost one, which gave me more time to talk. If Faceless Void was landing better chronos and Death Prophet was having some sort of greater impact, she's just kind of like hanging around, doing a little bit of damage, like contributing sometimes, getting a couple kills, but not really being like that big powerhouse that a Death Prophet is. Like, I don't know. I don't think DK would be doing as well, specifically with Death Prophet. Like, you have so much magic damage, and Exorcism, I know he has a ton of armor, but Exorcism still does quite a bit of damage, like even to like mass armor strats. So
yep.
I don't know.
I've said this before, Bloodstone is only worth it as a first item as someone who it isn't core on. So like a DP, let's say, I would say we agree that Bloodstone isn't like first item core. Bloodstone's only worth it on those heroes if they die when the heal from it is useful, which is so hard to do, especially when you're like a DP, you're tanky, maybe you don't want to run in, maybe you want to continue to cap Crypt Swarms, maybe you want your Exorcism Spirits to keep doing damage. So you dying is a bad thing, pretty much, but if you YOLO in and maybe take a lot of health, get a good amount of damage down on the enemies, and then Bloodstone heal, then it's great, then it's wonderful. And maybe you'll click it just to make sure that the heal gets useful. Maybe to save one of your carries in a time where he can continue to do damage. Maybe your carry's getting like stun locked at the beginning of the fight, and you want to make sure he gets past the stun lock phase so that he can actually get off a Chronosphere. Use the Bloodstone heal or something like that. But that implies that you kind of took enough damage to justify using the Bloodstone charge. So that's where it's useful, and that's why it's not being very useful here.
Oh man, Shadow Blade from Prophet to get away, but another thing is she got a 26-minute Bloodstone, and they're not exactly winning team fights here, so she's going to start losing charges, and essentially she has a really expensive item that's not doing a lot for her, when she could have like a Yules and a BKB.
Oh, they're engaging, the Dire team engaging who they only catch Dragon Knight with the Chronosphere. There's the Macro Pyre once again on the Faceless Void. He takes tons of damage. He is down. No buyback to be spoken for. There's the Bloodstone heal coming out from DP. She dies as well. That heals a bunch of the Dire team. They're not going to, much in fear of dying though. Global Silence being used as well, and the Radiant team are like, fine, well, you're going to use your Bloodstone, you're going to get Global Silence, so then we're just going to not fight right now. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The Dire team looking for those good engagements. I approve of those smoke engagements. I think that's very, very smart. Kunkka getting a kill on the Nature's Prophet, who was trying to rat his way to victory. Dragon Knight form being used by the Dragon Knight in the mid lane. So actually, despite on the back of the Nature's Prophet pushing mid, now he's going to be able to at least get the tower. The Shadow Blade being used, Sentry being put down. He's about to go on the edge of it, but there's the Ancient Seal and the Mystic Flare doing tons of damage. He stood in the whole thing, but he's manning up against this DP. Doesn't even care. Look at his HP. It's very close, 60 HP, and now he gets X'd up. Maybe there's gonna be something else. Chronosphere is no Chronosphere. It's actually going into the black hole. He catches 2. He gets the Kunkka and the Faceless Void. That's looking so bad for the Dire team. This is obviously not good for Team Channel 4.
Obviously, yeah. Yeah, just kind of a bummer. I hate to like place blame on people, but I really wish we were seeing like better chronos that had multiple people in them, and we didn't see a lot of push happening from Death Prophet.
Yep, and the silencer goes down to a well-timed and placed hook shot. No ags to be spoken for, but the cooldown was there. Dragon Knight just throwing ice balls at the towers. He's an ice ball master. He likes to blue ball things. Faux show. Blue balled day all day, just like AA. That could be a rapper. Rap in peace. Rip.
Yeah, and Mega creeps. Here we are.
Megas! GG come out from Dream. The Dream has died for Team Channel 4. A one-man Chronosphere story of this game.
By the way, this hero has been there for like every chrono to throw a Macro Pyre on that Void, which very well done. Like a great pick, and just like counters the hell out of Void. He's not had a great time trying to do Chronospheres in general. So well
too
done.
true. And that's it, guys. That's game 2 done for VVG against VVG. Lel.
Wow, it does say that.
Let's see. Who won? Wait, who won the first one? Was it? It was. I believe it was VVG. So yeah, they won.
It was the Dire team that won, and VVG was the Dire team.
Yes. Wait, no. Yes. Pretty sure that's true. But yeah, so looks like VVG taking a convincing victory. 2 wins out of 3. I believe it was. I think it was a best of 2 anyways. Although the ticker did say a best of 3 at the top of the. Yeah. Okay. Actually, you hover over the top and it shows the score again, and then it shows they actually have a ticker. So they actually selected best of 2 or best of 3, which is really cool. So VVG taking a lead over Channel 4. Unfortunately, for Channel 4, their show has ended. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for our casting. We pretty much only had 2 games in us today. So thanks for watching. Spread the word if you liked us. If you appreciate our casting, the best way you can support us is to follow and or tell other people and or post our stuff elsewhere, because I don't want to self-post. That's not cool. But we're yeah, just practicing up and doing more casts. So you can check us out every day. We do end up casting here at Next Level Dota stream at twitch.tv/nextlevel. This is the RD2L Red Dota 2 League. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later.
I'm Rankshis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo, yeah.
I'm just gonna count 1, 2.